The UK is in a lot of trouble. Their immigration crisis has been growing. There's been a lot of unrest. Last year, there were riots, which the government has tried everything that they can do to censor and silence anyone, including throwing people in jail for posting images or pictures about the riots who lived in the UK. I think it was 1,500 people or more got sent to jail for posting memes online. The government is in throes of deep, deep corruption. They are on the precipice of authoritarianism. Keir Starmer is a dangerous man, and his party has become very dangerous for the freedoms of their citizens. And yet, they are doing nothing to stop the crisis at their border. This is an article from Remix News. One illegal immigrant, alien, arrives every 12 minutes in record-breaking year for Britain. They are doubling down on allowing this problem to fester within the UK. Keir Starmer's Labour government faces a mounting backlash, Remix writes, as illegal arrivals surpassed 25,000 by the end of July, the fastest pace ever recorded. They are doing what the Biden administration did here in the U.S. This is what led to Donald Trump getting reelected. 9 million illegal aliens flooded our country over the last 4 years. Keir Starmer says, hold my beer. Let's see if we can do the same here. Illegal immigration to Britain is accelerating at an unprecedented pace, with more than 25,000 arrivals recorded between January and July, an average of one every 12 minutes. The milestone has been reached earlier than in any previous year on record and has ignited fierce political criticism of Prime Minister Keir Starmer's Labour government. And it should get criticism. Your country is in danger. Because a lot of these migrants are of Islamic faith, they are balkanizing. There is a clear and present danger for the citizens of the UK. But the Labour government, Keir Starmer's party, they don't care. There is an abject, in-your-face move here to say go f*** yourself to their citizens, and they don't care how many people dislike it. Now, by contrast, Remix writes, the 25,000 mark was reached on September 22nd in 2023 and not until after October the 2nd, the year before that. Remix writes, despite Starmer's repeated promise to smash the gangs responsible for the Channel crossings, commentators and opposition figures accuse his government of delivering even higher levels of illegal immigration than the Conservative administration it replaced, a government ousted in part due to its own failure to control the borders. You know, these governments, and we had the same problem here. It's maddening to see, both here in the States and in the UK, both parties seem to just be either blind to what's happening or outright helping illegal immigration to happen. What is with these governments and their death wish? You cannot expect your country to survive if you keep importing by the hundreds of thousands and by the millions non-citizens who do not care about your culture. All you got to do is take a look at Rome if you want to see where that leads. Now, LBC broadcaster Nick Ferrari condemned the government's approach as pitiful, lamentable, actually laughable, adding that the crisis had grown beyond rhetoric. He said if it wasn't so, in some cases deadly serious, and certainly criminally serious, you could laugh at the promises to smash the gangs. Please don't tell me they're all fleeing persecution and torture. Please don't give me the utter crock. Some are, most are not.
Pitiful, lamentable, actually laughable. If it wasn't, in some cases, deadly serious and certainly criminally serious, in that some of these people have gone on to commit sexual crimes, other assaults, you could laugh at the promises to smash the gangs. Promises that are now hanging in shreds. On one day alone, as Nigel Farage said on this programme yesterday, he thought it was coming in at 870. He actually undercooked it for once. It was 898. That's 25,000 so far this year. That is an all-time record. Or another way, one news media puts it, one person arrives every 12 minutes. Please don't tell me they're all fleeing persecution and torture and religion.
See, this goes back to a problem I have with all Western governments right now. We have too many bleeding heart people who feel that it is our duty to save people from other countries who are having crises, who are fleeing persecution. And don't get me wrong, it's nice that when we can do those things. But this is the doorway that is used to undermine our own civilizations. We care too much and we are being taken advantage of. And at the same time, we're also told that we're all racists and we're hateful and we deserve to be replaced. The UK is in serious danger here. Their culture is at risk. And it's not just the UK, it's also all over the EU. It's happening here in the United States. This stuff has to be brought to a pause. It needs to be ended. For the sake of the British people, it needs to end. And the illegals need to be thrown the hell out. Now, at the beginning of the week, Prime Minister Starmer assured US President Donald Trump that the UK was making great progress in tackling illegal migration. What a crock. A claim that, in light of the recent figures, can only be described as a total fabrication. Yup. Shadow Home Secretary Chris Philp called the situation a national emergency, declaring that 2025 was the worst year on record so far, with no credible government plan to halt the crossings. The Conservative Party's official social media account renewed its call for the deportation of all foreign criminals, saying you imported the foreign criminals, highlighting the mass migration levels that occurred under successive Tory governments. And here's the thing. That's not enough. You can't just deport the criminal migrants. You need to deport them all. Anyone who comes into the country illegally, get rid of them. You're allowing cultures that clash with your own, that do not mix, to fester within your borders, and at such rates that they will never assimilate. They will never become a part of your culture, which means inevitably you will end up in a situation where this will end in violence. It is inevitable. And history shows us that this happens time and time again. I will never understand why people can't see this, particularly like here in the States, those on the left. They can't see it. Their bleeding heart is too big. And it's right in front of your face, the issues and the problems with this. I don't know what it is in the UK, but here in the United States, we have white guilt. It's one of the reasons why it's been allowed to fester this long. There's this idea that we're the bad people and we need to pay for it by diluting our country to the point where American culture is no longer the primary culture. That's where this is heading. And in the UK, I don't know. I don't understand how people like Keir Starmer can live within themselves. There has to be a reason why he and his ilk are doing what they're doing. But what is it? I'm not from the UK, so I can't tell you. Here in the US, it's pretty obvious where it comes from. It's politically motivated. It's a chance to create a one-party rule system. And maybe that's what's happening in the UK too. I don't know. But in both cases, it's insane, and it's going to end in bloodshed and in violence. There's no other way around it. Now, a Home Office spokesperson said, we all want to end dangerous small boat crossings which threaten lives and undermine our border security. Do they, though? But the sharp rise in arrivals and lack of visible deterrence measures have left many unconvinced. On Thursday, amid a spike in crossings, Reform UK leader Nigel Farage posted on X saying 898 illegals crossed the English Channel today. This means more hotels, more costs, and more people who should not be here. The public has had enough. The security threat from mass immigration is clear. As reported by The Times on Friday, the number of foreign-born prisoners in British jails is now at its highest since 2013. They make up 1 in 8 inmates and cost the UK an estimated £580 per year. 580 million pounds per year. Unbelievable. The UK better get their heads out of their asses because this is not going to end well. All the censorship in the world is not going to save the British government when it's the fan here. At some point, the British people are going to have enough. The question is, when that happens, which side is going to come out ahead? And no matter how you slice it, it isn't going to be good.